Hey everyone, and happy Halloween. If you're watching this late, it's okay, right? But it is Halloween today, and we just got back from Quilt Market, and I promised we'd do 2 blocks this week. So we're gonna do 15, and the next video will be 16. So you have 2 blocks to work on this week, as well as 2 blocks next week. So we're caught up back on schedule. All right, so let's get started then. Go to lisabongean.com, go to Quilt-Alongs, and you're going to print out your sheet here for block 15 that has all the measurements for everything that we need. So this one is a really simple block. So first thing that I have done is I have 1.5 inch half square triangle paper here. I quickly just stitched the dashed lines. You're going to shorten your stitch length to half of what you normally stitch at. All right, don't forget that. That is very important. And then I have the other 2 units. That's all that there is for this block here. So I'm going to quickly cut this out. So I have really nice fine thin lines on these triangle papers. Make sure so if you see some of that line like I just seen there, sometimes you have to like adjust a little bit to get that right on. And it doesn't help that I'm sitting down and trying to cut. When all possible, stand and cut. You get better leverage standing. Down the middle. There we go. And not strong enough there. Get that one. So I have 4 half square triangles here. I'm going to press them with the paper still on. So I always layer them light on top, dark on the bottom, right sides together, paper on top, lower your stitch length. That's the most important things for the triangle paper. So then I flip it to the dark showing here, and then I'm going to press. Like that. Then I'm going to hold them in my hand, my thumb right next to the stitch line, go into the middle and pull that paper right out from the middle. So that is how you do that most efficient. Don't try to pick at the sides like this or like that. Just go right from that middle and pull it off. So that's how quickly those are made. And we're going to snip off the dog ears quickly, or quilt seeds, whatever you want to call them. You can use your rotary cutter and ruler for this if you wish, but that's simply how fast it goes. All right, so then, looking at my directions, I need to piece some 1/4 square triangles and some half square triangles. So these are already done, so I'm going to point them toward the outside. Now I'm going to make 5 sets of 1/4 square triangles. So I'm always going to sew the light to the dark like this. Oh. Move it back up to normal stitch length. You know right away when you're sewing too small. So I'll quick zip these on. You got to remember, don't sew the long side. We're doing 1/4 square, not half square. Ask me why I'm warning you about that, because I have done it. Ooh, it looks like I got a little bit of a short one here. See that? So do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move it over. So I have one that's not cut right, but I'm going to compensate it. That's the difference in quilting, is knowing when to compensate for something that is wrong. Or I could have just cut another one, but you know what? I can make it work. So sometimes when you're cutting multiple layers, you don't notice that one is a little short on one side. All right, just like that, we got them all stitched. We're going to clip them apart. I was looking for my little doohickey that I just pressed them down. I don't know where it went. Okay, now I am going to press them all to the dark. Or open, whatever you want to do. Ooh, I missed one. The sample one I had sitting there. Quickly do that one. All right, so now I'm going to press to the red. Flip them all to the dark. Here's that one that's a little off, so I got to remember where that one is. Move that one to the side. That one will need some special attention. Two of them. So it must have been a square that was just a little short on one side. Okay. So now I'm going to put them together like this and sew this seam. But these are my two that are a little off, so I'm going to sew one to a good one so I can compensate. So see how this is a little short here? I'm just going to move that back just a smidge and compensate on this side. So these are lining up and that one will be off a little bit. And then I just follow the right one. All right. I think this is my other one that was a little short. There, now we can just fly with them. And when you press to the dark, they do nest. So if you're pressing open, you will just look to make sure that those are matching up. And I think I only need 5, so I'm going to have an extra one. So just keep that in mind. If you have one that isn't perfect, you don't need to use that one. So I'm just going to give them a quick little finger press here. Is my stick somewhere?
Yes.
You see it? It's a jungle gym in here behind the scenes. There we go. Thank you. All right, so I'm just going to park that there and help me open up these seams. All right, so that one that was really kind of far off, you see that? It would have been just fine. But we don't need it. All right, quilt seeds coming off. All right, and it's going that way. Okay, there we are. Now I just have to sew them together like a 9-patch, 2, 2, 2, and then add the third one. All right, so how do I want to press these? So I think I'm going to go to the half square triangles, to the center, and then to the half square triangles. Flip these together, nest those seams. Match the edges. Sometimes you got to make them match if they're not exactly perfect. The feed dogs will cinch them in a little bit, the bigger side. All right, that looks good. Bottom one on now. Back on the stick, press those last row seams open. I don't know if you've noticed a pattern, but I don't always press everything open, but I always like to press those last 2 row seams open no matter what. Okay, I'm going to grab my 6-inch square. Block needs to be 5 inches, so I'm just going to give it a little bit of a trim. Yeah, it looks like maybe one of my light squares was a smidge big because they seem to be coming up. I still have my seam allowance there, so one more side. All right, there we go. Block 15, easy one for you, and we'll see you at block 16.